Stop everything and listen carefully, because this is one of those moments that shifts the entire narrative in real time. The courtroom doors open. Reporters lean forward. Phones are already recording. Supporters hold their breath. And then the words land with force. Lil Durk released on bail. If you want a full breakdown of what led to that decision, what the judge actually considered, what conditions may shape his next moves, and what this means for his career and the culture, stay with me all the way through because this is not just a headline. This is a turning point. When news first surfaced that Lil Durk had secured release on bail, timelines exploded within minutes. Some people celebrated instantly. Others questioned how such a serious federal case could result in conditional freedom. But beneath emotional reactions lies a structured legal process that most people never fully see. Let us step inside that courtroom in our minds. The environment is tense but controlled. Federal prosecutors sit composed, prepared with detailed arguments. Defense attorneys remain focused, measured, strategic. This is not social media debate. This is federal court. Every statement is deliberate. Every claim must be supported. The judge's responsibility in a bail hearing is not to determine guilt. That is crucial to understand. Bail hearings focus on two primary questions. Is the defendant a flight risk? And does the defendant pose a danger to the community if released before trial? Those two pillars guide everything. Durk's defense team likely emphasized stability, established career, family ties, ongoing business commitments. They would argue that someone with a visible public profile, structured work schedule, and deep community connections is less likely to disappear. They would also push for specific conditions that reduce perceived risk. On the other side, prosecutors likely highlighted the seriousness of the allegations. Federal charges carry weight. They often involve long investigations and significant evidence gathering before arrest. The government's position in these situations typically focuses on public safety and the severity of potential penalties if convicted. So, what shifted the balance? Bail decisions often hinge on whether strict conditions can reasonably manage risks. Judges can impose travel restrictions. They can require surrender of passports. They can order regular check-ins with pretrial services. In some cases, electronic monitoring is implemented. Financial bonds can be substantial. Third-party custodians may be involved. When the judge granted bail, it meant that under structured supervision, the court determined detention was not absolutely necessary while the case proceeds. That does not minimize the seriousness of the case. It reflects a calculated assessment under federal guidelines. This moment is powerful because it changes the visual narrative. Instead of images of confinement, the public now sees movement. Instead of silence, there is anticipation. Instead of speculation about immediate incarceration, there is discussion about preparation and strategy. Durk is not an unknown figure. He is the founder of Only the Family, a collective that played a major role in shaping modern drill music. He has collaborated with global stars. He has charted on major platforms. His influence extends far beyond Chicago. When someone at that level enters the federal system, the ripple effect is massive. Streaming numbers fluctuate. Industry conversations shift. Brand partners watch closely. Fans defend passionately. Critics analyze relentlessly. But here is the deeper layer. Bail is not a victory speech. It is not a celebration of innocence. It is a procedural step. The trial process remains ahead. Evidence will be presented. Legal arguments will be challenged. The burden of proof rests with prosecutors. The public often confuses bail with exoneration. They are not the same. Bail means the court believes supervision conditions can reasonably ensure compliance and safety while legal proceedings continue. That distinction matters more than headlines suggest. Imagine the emotional atmosphere when the decision was announced. Family members processing relief. Legal teams quietly exchanging nods. Observers scribbling notes. Outside the courthouse, cameras waiting to capture the first image of a high-profile artist stepping back into daylight under strict legal parameters. That image carries symbolism. It represents uncertainty mixed with opportunity. Pressure combined with possibility. This phase could shape Durk's artistic direction in profound ways. Historically, Artists under intense scrutiny often channel that energy into creative output. Courtroom tension becomes lyrical tension. Public debate becomes narrative fuel. Will this experience influence future albums? Will it redefine how audiences interpret his lyrics? Will it change industry alliances? These questions now linger in every conversation about his next move. The media ecosystem adds another layer. In today's digital era, every court update becomes instant content. Podcasts dissect minute details. Social platforms amplify partial information. Comment sections become battlegrounds of opinion. But legal reality moves slower than viral headlines. Court schedules follow procedure. Motions are filed. Evidence is reviewed. Defense strategies evolve. Prosecutors refine arguments. Granting bail introduces strategic advantages. A defendant released pretrial can meet more freely with legal counsel. They can assist in preparing defense strategies. They can review materials more comfortably. These logistical realities matter significantly in complex federal cases. At the same time, release comes with scrutiny. Every public appearance may be analyzed. Every social media post could be interpreted. Every travel decision must align with court conditions. This is conditional freedom. Structured, monitored, watched. The cultural impact cannot be ignored. Drill music has always carried themes of survival, loyalty, ambition, and consequence. Durk's career embodies that arc. From early mixtapes to mainstream recognition, his narrative has never been simple. Moments like this add another chapter to a story already filled with highs and lows. They force audiences to separate artistry from legal process. They compel conversations about accountability, influence, and the intersection of fame and justice. Inside the courtroom, however, those broader debates narrow into legal standards. Judges do not weigh popularity. They weigh risk factors. They analyze statutory guidelines. They evaluate arguments presented by both sides. The decision to grant bail indicates that, under specific conditions, the court believed compliance could be reasonably ensured. That is the foundation of the ruling. For fans, this development feels like relief. For critics, it is a reminder that the case continues. For industry insiders, it is a signal to prepare for uncertainty. And uncertainty fuels attention. What happens next becomes the real story. Pre-trial motions, potential plea discussions, scheduling updates. Each step will generate waves of commentary. Durk now stands at a crossroads shaped by law, public perception, and personal reflection. The weight of federal charges is serious. The responsibility to comply with court conditions is absolute. One misstep could alter everything. Yet within that pressure lies possibility. Artists have historically transformed legal adversity into defining career chapters. Some emerge redefined. Some recalibrate. Some retreat. Others double down creatively. Which path will unfold here remains to be seen. The judge's decision did not erase allegations. It did not guarantee outcomes. It simply shifted the stage from confinement to conditional release. That shift matters because it restores agency within boundaries. It allows preparation. It invites speculation. It sustains momentum. And momentum is powerful in entertainment culture. As headlines continue circulating, one fact stands steady. The legal process is ongoing. The story is unfinished. The world is watching. At K-Drama Bliss, we do not just repeat headlines. We break down the drama behind the decision, the legal mechanics beneath the emotion, and the cultural ripple effects that extend far beyond one courtroom. Lil Durk released on bail is not the finale. It is the start of an intense new phase filled with strategy, scrutiny, and suspense. If you want deeper breakdowns, real context, and updates that go beyond surface-level reactions, make sure you subscribe to K-Drama Bliss right now. Turn on notifications. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Because in a story like this, the next development could arrive at any moment. And when it does, you will want to understand not just what happened, but why it matters.